Direct mail is not going to ever go away. So by getting a QR code for them to opt in, even, or some
Mm,
sort of survey for enhancement or some sort of call to action, sign up for a newsletter and we're going to tell you everything special about going on. I'll give you my lottery numbers, or you could get a free bottle of Captain Morgan. You're going to find a way to get them to opt in. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to have to engage
100%.
first.
All right, folks. I got a good one here for you today. We have returning guest. Is it what, Jared? Like the third time, right? Third
I think
time
it's our
he's been
third
on the
time,
show.
bro. Yeah.
I think I just sent you a reminder from social media today that we talked almost a year ago to the date. Like last time was a
About the
year
do not
ago.
call. Yeah, it was the worst
Yeah,
picture that was used to me ever, with my hat on backwards.
100%.
That I
Yeah,
just
we got
got
to get a
back from a
better
420
headshot.
concert.
I'll get an official headshot from you this time for the
Yeah,
promo.
exactly.
So it's been a year. It's been a year. You know, a few things have changed in real estate. Might have noticed, maybe not. Right, a couple things have changed. A couple things have
Right.
changed. But among these things that are changing, there's a new one that I think very few people know about. There's very little awareness, but the people that know are freaking the hell out. Like they
Right.
are running around with chickens with their head cut off. I was telling you before the call, like one of my competitors is leaving the industry because they're saying
Right.
they cannot longer going to be able to make money because of something called the TCPA 1-to-1 rule. TCPA. That's going to be the next, it's going to be a thing in a few months. It'll be a thing. The deadline's coming up soon. So
Yep.
that's going to be a thing. People are concerned. Most people have no idea what we're talking about. That's why they're coming
Right.
here to learn, right? And hear from
Yep.
the experts. So Jared, give us for the people that missed the other two interviews. Who are you? Why are
Yeah.
you an expert
Yeah.
in this stuff?
Actually,
And
I
go
just
for it.
took Gus in an Uber, today from the airport, and we started talking data. No, anyway, I'm a partner and founder in the Share Group, and the Share Group is a data provider in the real estate space. We really focus on finding off-market motivated homeowners that the competition doesn't go after. Now, it's so much more complex than that. It's really 20 years in the making of how the data goes together and how we know data. I think I said on our Do Not Call podcast a year ago, I was working in data when the Do Not Call came out in 2003. So it's
Boom.
been, that was the scare of all scares back for marketing with consumer with phone numbers. So there's always this unknown, and you're trying to protect the consumer. And one thing we see already, Gus, is ethnicity you can't pull in Texas anymore. You can't pull in Virginia. Child ages, and so they are now starting to, privatize, if that's a word, the privacy of the consumers, in certain
Gotcha.
elements for
Locking it
phone.
down.
Yeah.
They're locking it down. They're making it. I
And
know
then
California goes nuts on that too. I forget
California is the
what's
one
the
that yeah.
yeah.
To me,
They
California
have
is
some internet lead.
the gateway to, getting your hand slapped every which way but loose, because that TCPA, we get data, our phone numbers that are opted from third party, incentive based or non incentive based. But now, if you're going to reach out with a text or a phone call on their cell phone, you need to have a direct relationship with that advertiser that is now calling the consumer. So
Gotcha.
California is the one that's really enforcing that. It's
Gotcha.
still in our world and the way we speak to it, you're still able to call, right? You're still able to make phone calls. There's ways around that, obviously, with records not on the do not call, or we can start suppressing from the TCPA, or these kind of rules. But for now, because of the way the phones are compiled and the way we flag them, we're able to call without a direct relationship. That being
Gotcha.
said, we're becoming a lot smarter with how we target the homeowners for our marketers for our real estate agents to ultimately get that opt-in, right? To find that value in that lead of someone that's like, hey, I want to hear from, uh, you know, uh, Keller Williams or EXP or, Better Homes and Gardens, or, whatever it is. And then it's opted in from that specific. But there's a lot of gray now. And so for me, it's prospecting with respect. And my overall advice for like 2024 compliance in a world that's ever changing, like you said, you made a great comment. The experts that know are the ones that are really worried, right? Are the ones that are freaking out. But for me, my advice is like a 4-step program, right? Take the time to research and know what you're doing for your business and what your vulnerabilities and your risks are, right? So become that expert or learning what's going on to conduct, right? What's conduct mean? Be ethical in your marketing, do things the right way because the ones that don't will ultimately, run out of rope, right? It's back to that statement, good things happen to good people. Be ethical in your business, which I think most people are. Third is storage. So be organized, keep track of all your documents. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you have everything if there is an opt in or there's things in question. For example, for someone like us, if we get an email address or a cell phone that says, hey, where'd you get my information? We can tell you, hey, you opted in here at this URL. And so that
Gotcha.
helps, and we keep track of that in our storage. And then the last four, tip from Jared, a little advice is be complete in your exercise and then review it, right? Because it does change, Gus. Things are always changing. So you need to make sure
A
you have
hundred
this
percent.
review process in place. And while we are still, marketing business as usual, we eliminate the liability onto the advertiser, but we're here to offer advice and help with the data that we compile in a very conservative, respectful way of the consumer.
I gotcha. 100%. The rules change, right? And in case you've been under a rock, some other rules have changed in real estate this year. So that's already got a lot of people's their headspace is already like deep in that. The MLSs are changing, forms are changing, all these things are changing. It's hard to keep up, man. I have a lot of empathy for the real estate agent that is just
Oh,
trying to make a living. They're just trying to add value to the consumer. And
yeah.
they have to jump through some of these hoops, right? So
It's not like it was,
it's
a couple
challenging.
years ago.
It
it's
was
it's
the
a
Wild
little more
West.
difficult. They actually got to work a little bit. But and as we're rolling into 40 days from an election, everyone's kind of sitting on their hands and waiting to see what way this will go to affect how we market and how we advertise and how we try to find business in real estate. And I think
Yeah,
there's
100%. Yeah, and actually, you know what? I didn't even thought about that. Yeah, 100% true. I think whoever heads up the FCC, FTC, actually has a lot of influence on these things. I'll
oh
leave that
yeah,
speculation, for later. But in
yeah,
general, if I'm a real estate, let's make it concrete for folks. If I'm a real estate agent and I'm buying absentee, I was just telling you about one of my clients got 10,000 absentees from you
yeah.
guys
I love
because
it.
this guy has a killer ISAT and he's a killer himself. So he's like
Yeah,
10,
that's a
he's
good
like going all
combination.
in.
Yeah,
It's a good combo. He just needs to talk to more people. Let's say grabs that list of 10,000 and absolutely demolishes the world with it. He
yeah.
wants to get more, right? So
Right.
so come January 1st, 2025, what does he have to do differently? Let's make it super concrete for people, like step by step. What does he have to do differently if he wants to continue to prospect compliantly? And he's based out of Texas, not California, so maybe that helps.
Right.
But what
Right.
would he have to do differently once this TCPA 1-to-1 rule, takes effect?
I don't
What's the
think
difference?
I don't think you do anything differently until you ultimately realize what's going to take an effect. But to me, I think there's a lot of gray still, Gus, before I can offer advice in what we're telling people to do today versus in 90 days. Because if you position yourself as a realtor in your community, there's a lot of gray in the communication and the outreach. There's a lot of exemption, let's talk political or survey in your
Mm,
communication. So if you position your script and how you communicate, there's a lot of non-violating going on. You're just someone in the community that's like, hey, we have someone that wants to buy a house in your neighborhood. Would you be interested in selling if that's the case? Like that is not in violation of any sales outreach, right? It's a
got
community
it.
that you're
Got it.
trying
Got
to
it.
help someone else. So we play that gray space a little bit more and
Got it.
still kind of waiting to see what happens. But at the end of the day, dude, you're going to have to market to get business, right? You're going to have to sell
Yeah.
yourself and who you are.
Talk
And
to
that goes back
people.
to conduct, right? And that goes back to, the ones that are going to succeed and the cream's going to rise to the top are the ones that are going to continue to grind, but in the right way, even if it's like a little gray, if that
Yeah,
makes sense.
100%. Yeah, and I think a lot of agents, they're not I totally understand where these rules come from. I get it. I understand it. Agents are just trying to add value to their local community. That's where it
Yeah.
comes from. They're not some massive robocaller, 1 million calls a
No.
month, kind of. And again, that I know where these rules come from. I understand it.
Yeah.
Agents are just trying to talk to potential sellers, homeowners in the area right? And this is a specific example that this realtor is in a city that has just gotten hammered by the market, right?
Right.
Prices are not going up, and he's calling absentee landlords
Yeah.
that are probably looking to get out from under these properties, and he wants to give them
Absolutely.
options, right? So
Right.
that's where they're coming from. That's where they're coming from. That is a kind of a
Right.
service that they want to offer. And is that a controversial? I don't think so.
I
Again,
think there's
I'm
other
not a
other
lawyer.
stones to turn, dude. In our world of bothering people, and I think it's going to be the AI misinformation or some
Oh yeah,
other bullshit. But for me, we have an example in Omaha, like Matt Carper and Carrie Carper agents that are calling and helping downsizers. Omaha is an older community, right? And these calls that we have recorded, there would be no way you would get in trouble or violation for talking to these dudes that has carpet in his bathroom that needs help, but he's prideful of what he has, but he can't make it up the stairs. So what are we doing?
that's
We're offering a solution for the consumer. So at the end of the day, positioning your business, dude, to benefit like 99% of people do, just like in any career or profession or people. There's always going to be the assholes, but the ones that are doing it right, like I think you're going to be left alone in this process of trying to, you got to monetize from it, but you're also helping them, dude.
Yeah, 100%. I believe it 100%. And as an agent, the number one predictor of success that I've seen is how many conversations are you having with potential sellers every day? I mean, that's it. And
The
this is
number
just
can't
such
beat
an
that.
efficient, way to do that. And it's a very, high ROI, very,
Right.
very effective way to do that. Have conversations with potential sellers. And I think that's what that's the goal. So
And
in,
one
in
more
that
point,
vein,
really quick.
oh,
One
go for
more
it, go
quick
for
point
it.
on it. Direct mail is not going to ever go away. So by getting a QR code for them to opt in, even or some
Mm,
sort of survey for enhancement or some sort of call to action, sign up for a newsletter. And we're going to tell you everything special about going on. I'll give you my lottery numbers, or you could get a free bottle of Captain Morgan. You're going to find a way to get them to opt in. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to have to engage
100%.
first. So that's going to be
One
another
of my clients,
way.
I love that because one of my clients in California, actually, this is a great example. That's what he's doing right now.
Right.
He's carpet bombing. Well, he's not doing neighborhood. Sorry, he's doing probate. So again,
Oh, yeah.
largest probate court in the country is in Los Angeles, right?
Yep.
So he carpet bombs the probates. QR code opt in. ISA calls them, right?
Yes. Yep.
And that's a no brainer. Like the compliance
Yep.
thing, it goes away. It's not even an issue because it's coming from them. I think it does free home evaluation, like free home
Yeah,
evaluation
exactly.
in
There's going
case
to
you
be
want to
some
sell the
sort of
property.
offer. There's going to be a call
Yeah,
to action and you know what? Like Brandon Mulrennan says this to throw a shout out to the Godfather, but like there's no more snake oil salesmen. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't not offer them like, free iPad if you call today, or, we're not getting people out of a timeshare. We're trying to, find a solution for, their future, and a lot of the downsizers and the niche that we're really good at finding is, is going to be the not much is going to change. And maybe I'm just too optimistic or woke up on the right side of the bed today, but I'm not worried about the business for the ones that are continuing to hustle and the ones that do it the right way already.
yeah, 100%. Because that's a really good strategy. I hadn't even thought about that because yes, an agent that isn't in a highly regulated market, just
Right.
said, you know what, I'm going to have them call me.
Yeah.
And it's a very cost effective way to generate leads. Those leads are worth a lot of money in Los Angeles. So yeah, 100%.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
love that. And
Yep.
so tell me what's going on with Share Group. What do you guys,
The
you
share
guys are
group,
always doing
man.
something new.
It's
Movers and shakers over there.
Well, it's cost me my hair, and the only thing I can grow are my eyebrows. But no, dude, we have really, built an unbelievable team in the last 12 to 18 months. And I'll kind of give a quick shout out, but I sold some equity to Drew and I did to Tim Slavin. Tim Slavin's our CEO. He is an absolute monster within our business. He holds us accountable every day. We have KPIs. We are growing and building out a very successful, profitable data company. And so while I had the vision and lucky enough to found this company, we're now gaining the technology. Like I gave you a shout out before we recorded to Dan Penn, who's now just developed this, within our own umbrella. We're not outsourcing the technology. The technology is there. So the changes, and I got three of them really quick, and they're
Go for
humble
it.
brag. And Gus, we'll get you set up with John Cohn and get you your affiliate deal so you could promote under
Oh
your
yeah.
brand.
I don't
Yeah, I'm
mind.
gonna have
I don't
John.
mind. I don't mind that at all. That
Yeah,
send it
so
over, man.
three
I'll
three
drop it
things that
below.
we
I'll drop it in the comments when we publish this. I'll
yeah, and I'll
drop it
get
in the
that set up.
comments below.
Perfect. Yeah, John will get that squared away for you too. But so the three really new things, we have our own shop, right? We used to have it in Shopify where you buy a zip code and you get the absentee in that zip code. The functionality and the technology now is second to none. There's a lead enhancement tool, so you can upload a database and get phone numbers and emails. So it's like a skip tracing service, even though we
Love it.
don't use the term skip tracing. So load up 5,000 records, match on it, look at the report, and order there. So you're not getting nickel and dimed. It's really cool functionality. Awesome for investors that already have their own list, or your probate guy that might want to try a different phone source, right? So that's called our list enhancement, a lead enhancement. We have a locate people tool. So that's a one-off lookup by
Mm,
email, name, address, or phone. So four different options to look up individually people that it gives you their demographic and then their mortgage information. It's a pretty cool tool. And then List Builder. So List Builder allows you to step outside of our segments of motivation, distressed, downsizer, likely to sell, and create your own. So you can get the blueprint of what a downsizer is, and then you can modify it accordingly. For example, California, you might want to overlay that with conservative, get them, get those people out of there, or you might want to target female head of household, like those kind of things.
100%.
So the
I got
functionality
you.
is there. I think what would be a great follow up for you and I is after we get this your shop set up, is then we'll do another podcast or another video where I'll jump in and we'll show the list builder.
A
We'll do
demo.
we'll
Oh
do the
yeah,
demo.
man. Yeah. Oh, open invite for that, because I think a lot of because this is not this sounds like prop stream. This sounds like the big guys. Like, this sounds like the data.
It's
You can mold and create something that's useful for you. Because for example, if I'm an agent, and you're right, downsize or absentee. I mean, start
yeah,
there for sure.
yeah,
But if you want to take it to the next level, you start with high equity. Just
right,
start with high equity and then
yep,
add on different filters. Hey, I'm looking
right.
for high
Hey,
equity single family home, in this area.
income.
I,
Yep.
I want to send them postcards. I want to do calling. I want to do these
Yeah.
campaigns. I want whatever it is, and you can do it like the investor. I think the investors, real estate investors, they have a leg up on a lot of the agents, and the
Yeah.
reason
Oh,
is they give the data the importance it deserves. They understand that the list building is the business,
they
in
don't
as a
use it
real
as
estate
an
investor.
excuse as much, right?
100%. So the
Yeah.
agent can always kind of find a way. I don't want to pay spend. They're very price conscious on the data.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
investor's like, if I don't have a good list, I don't have a good business. That's
Right.
it. The
Right.
investor. So
Right.
I wish the agents would take more of that approach because they're going to
Right.
understand that your business is only as good as if you're prospecting based. All
Yeah.
investors are prospecting based. They have that leg up.
But,
So
yep.
yeah, as good as your data. Your business is only going to be as good as the data. And I
Yep.
love that you guys have built that out because I think the market needs it.
It does. And you know what? PropStream's a little different from us where we're trying to find the homeowners before the whistle blows, right? Like we can
Mm,
put the tax lates out there. We can put, people that have a lien or something like that. But the phone number is maybe the unique addition that we have. So even if you have that data, let us put our phones on it. But where we come in, like you said, is building out the depth of the demographics, like number of trade lines and is your income changed in the last 12 months? And some of these things that we can predict ahead of the time that really complements well with whoever. It's at the end of the day, it's like if we build it, they will come, right? If you do the work, you will have ROI. And
love it.
that. We say that. And that's
Yeah,
kind of what we spend a lot of our days doing is coaching and preaching, dude, because it's not easy. But if you put
100%.
the systems together and use resources like you, Gus, and a resource like me, Jared, it makes life a lot easier, and there's not a shortcut, man. It's not.
Oh,
There's not a
100%. You need the right tools. You need the right, building blocks. You need the right data. You need the right dialer. But what happens between the headphone, like right here, you're not going to get anywhere without that, right? 100%. I agree. And the data helps. The tools help. I mean, they are enhancers. They are going to take you to the next level. But yeah, you got to make the call. You got to make the follow up. ISAs can help, but ISA is just
Yeah.
going to give you more at bats. The ISA is
Well,
going to give you
we
more
get you in the
opportunities
door,
to
right?
build.
Either my leads or
Yeah,
your ISA, and then what you do from there is on you, dude. Like your listing
100%.
presentation, your relationship, your personality, and how you gel, and your accountability and who you are. I mean, so we are looking for people that are just have skin in the game like we do. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's
100%.
it's finding those relationships and digging through when you have peaks and valleys, dude. We're coming out of this valley now. The interest rates dropping a little bit. we
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 made
get to
it.
the
We
election.
made
We
it,
made it,
man.
dude. We'll rock and roll, baby. So you know what? Let's keep grinding and enjoy the good and bad, brother.
Yeah, 100%. I always tell the agents, whenever the market shifts, there's opportunity. Whenever the market, the market is never flat. I'm telling you, it's either on the way up or on the way down. Like
Right.
there's,
Yeah. It's
I
never.
mean,
Yeah.
it's as simple as that. It's never going to be, oh, it's flat for the last year. Not really. So
Never.
whenever the market shifts one way or the other, you've got to understand that, got to recognize it, and you got to change your pitch. Got to adapt to
Yes,
the
you
market
do.
scenario.
You have to be able to adjust. Yeah.
100%. And that's why I love the client example I got. It's going to be a case study, man. 30 days. I'm telling you,
I
30-day
love
case
it. But tell
study.
me, what's his name?
Well, I'll share it with you
Okay.
offline.
Yeah, yeah, no,
But
totally. Because I saw it come
it's
through. I think I saw it come through. Yeah, sure. No, like that is
yeah,
badass, man. I
it's a
love it.
great one.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be a great one because when you recognize that those market shifts, you can adapt your pitch to that, and then the people are going to come
Yes,
to you. Like they
yes.
get
And,
it,
and it,
right? They understand 100%. So, Jared, man, I appreciate you. Thank you for
we'll
being
keep
so
doing this,
gracious with
man.
your
We'll get a
time.
demo set up here. We'll continue this, Gus. You're a good dude, man.
Yeah,
You're out hustling always, dude. It's a pleasure to speak, bro.
awesome, great. And remember, yeah, set the reminder. A year from now, I got to do number 4. Okay, let's not miss it.
Yeah,
Our
yeah.
date,
No, we're gonna do a
September.
couple. Yeah, we'll do quarterly at
All
least.
right,
No, dude.
awesome. Okay,
We'll see you,
thanks,
man. Much
man.
love, brother. Later.
Bye.